Alright, let's cut the shit. We don't have time for a gameplay cut to music montage right now. You're just here for some quick details on some great games that you can get for a killer deal during the Steam Autumn Sale. So first I'm going to rattle through all the stuff that I've previously highly recommended here on this channel that you can pick up for $5 or less during the sale. Then I'll recommend 2 more games that I haven't talked about yet here in slightly more in-depth way that I typically do here. But yeah, let's not waste any more time. The first game is Minute. It's a really cool Zelda-like game that resets after every minute and you have to slowly progress through Zelda-like adventure. It's a super cool game. Aeon Drive, it actually has a similar mechanic where you only have 30 seconds to do each level, but it's like a speedrunning platform kind of game. Super under the radar gem. Then there's Super Flight, which you can get for less than $1, it's 75 cents. You just kind of fall with style. It's that game. It's pretty cool. Then there's Call of War as Gunslinger, which is a really well-told story that has aged really well thanks to its really cool art style. It's basically about an unreliable narrator that's a Wild West gunslinger. It's a really cool game if you're into the westerns. And then for something that's a little more silly, there's Jazzpunk, which is a comedic walking sim sort of thing where you just kind of stumble upon a ton of gags. It reminds me of like Naked Gun or something like that, but as a video game, and I really love it. Then if you're into something like old school Doom, this game is built on the GZ Doom engine. It's a full-on Metroid Prime style Metroidvania game called Vomitorium. If you're seeing the gameplay here, you know if you want it or not. This game is super sick. Then there's the Mad Max game that came out and was really overshadowed because it came out the same day as Metal Gear Solid 5, but it's a super good open world game. I really love this game. I'm not into cars, I'm not into Mad Max even. This game is sick. Then there's Sludge Life, a kind of mini open world game where you go around and tag buildings and solve problems for people, and it's just kind of a vibes experience, which I really love. Then you could pick up Cube Director's Cut for like $1, which is a crazy deal. Then again, Cube does have a new 10th anniversary edition, which is the one that I think you probably should pick up if you were to pick one up now. But I played Cube Director's Cut and loved it, so for $1, you might as well pick it up. Then there's Headlander, which is Double Fine, the people who made like Psychonauts and Brutal Legend. They made a really cool Metroidvania that I feel like is pretty slept on, and you can get that one for around $4. This one's not really a hidden gem, but I highly recommend Titanfall 2, and you can get that one for $4.50 right now, so you should check it out. I know the community's kind of bouncing back to life. That game has a super cool story mode, and I know the multiplayer is kind of being slowly revived here by players, so check that one out. Then there's Rock of Ages 3, which is sort of like Monkey Ball meets Tower Defense. And I absolutely love this whole series, but Rock of Ages 3 is definitely the most fully featured version of the game. Great local multiplayer game, great online multiplayer. The story mode itself is also really super cool and charming. I really hope you don't sleep on that. The Evil Within is only $3, and The Evil Within 2 is also on sale, which is a pretty good deal, and I'm sure you can get a bundle or something. But to meet the criteria of this video, under $5, the first Evil Within, $3, pick it up. Batman Arkham Origins is $5. I think this game gets way too much shit, and it's actually my second favorite in the series. I know that's gonna probably be controversial. If you're a fan of the other Arkham games, don't just pass this one up because you think it's weird that it's not made by Rocksteady. Very good game still. Mirror's Edge is only $2. Yeah, you probably have it already, but get it, $2. The first Nidhogg is the best Nidhogg, and that is also on sale. If you ever play local multiplayer games with people, you really need to have Nidhogg. And then my number one pick right now for a game that is less than $5 that I think is absolutely a must-play, Gunpoint. It's like a 2D, almost sort of immersive sim game where you deal with stealth, and it's about infiltrating buildings and stealth taking people down. I love this game, one of my favorites of all time. You should definitely get that one if you haven't even heard of it. Alright, now I'm just going to go over the other 2 games that I'm just going to kind of go a little scotch more into. Oddworld Stranger's Wrath HD is a fantastic game. I'm not really even a fan of the Oddworld series at all, but with the major exception of Stranger's Wrath. In Stranger's Wrath, you play as a bounty hunter, and that's what you'll be spending most of your time doing, bounty hunting. The game itself is a mix of a platformer and a first-person shooter, and it's a really unique blend that works extremely well. It was originally released on the Xbox, but has since been remastered in HD and put on a ton of new platforms. The world that this specific Oddworld game creates is a dingy Wild West flavored world with tons of strange creatures. The game's major gameplay gimmick is a crossbow that actually allows you to shoot tons of weird little creatures that do different things, like, you know, think of like an electrical one or a flame one or one that explodes, you know. It's different ammo loadouts, but done through weird little characters. I would highly recommend Oddworld Stranger's Wrath, even if you would have to pay full price for it. Dungeons & Dragons Chronicles of Mystara is a super cool collection that Capcom put out a few years ago of their 2 D&D arcade beat-em-ups, and I think they're really great games that are super cool to look at, really great sprite art, a really good variety of enemies and weapons and levels. Speaking of levels, there's actually leveling for your character in this game because it's kind of an RPG meets a beat-em-up. The games that are included are D&D Tower of Doom and D&D Shadow over Mystara, and in each game you get to choose what character you want to play from a pretty wide selection of characters that you can choose from that have their different abilities and specialties. As you fight your way through the levels, whether it's in co-op or single player, you gain money and you can go to shops, upgrade your equipment, but they're both really great beat-em-ups, some of the best that are out there. I highly recommend each game separately, and as a pair, you can't go wrong here. Alright, and those are some of the best deals you can get right now during the Steam Autumn Sale 2023. If you like this video, I have a bunch of others that I think you might like as well. If you like discovering games that you might have otherwise missed, join the 501 others and subscribe. Alright, thanks for watching. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching.